Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Absolutely Not Podcast. I'm your host, Heather McMahan. I'm so excited to be sitting between two of the hottest guys on the planet. I'm talking about Andrew Chappelle and Cody Rigsby. They have an incredible new podcast out called Tactful Pettiness, and today we talk all things. We talk orgies in Fire Island. We talk about how to be a petty bitch, because I need to be pettier in my life, and, you know, the perfect Broadway role for me. I love you. I am so excited that you're here today. We're going to have a good time, so please welcome to the studio, Andrew and Cody. Well, I am here with just, I would say, two of the pillars of, the wellness, the entertainment community, all of the above. I feel like we might do something sexual. Cody, Andrew, how the hell are you?
We're fantastic, and we're down to clown. We are down to clown. Yes. You know, I have tried to sleep with a woman and couldn't get a boner, but maybe, just maybe,
couldn't get a boner at all.
My Viagra will work.
Yeah,
and
we
can get this popping.
I love that. Okay.
All right.
So are you Gold Star gay?
I am Gold Star with like a little bit of like a ding on it.
Yeah,
I
like fingered a gal.
I fingered a gal. And I put my tongue on her, I believe, what would be called a labia for a few seconds.
Oh, my.
And things were not working. And, you know, that's the moment I said, you know what? Yeah. You're gay.
Yeah, went outside, doused yourself in bleach, set yourself ablaze,
yeah,
and said, this isn't for me. How about yourself, Andrew?
Well, I guess platinum is if you were C-section.
Oh, I was C-sectioned.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're the same. We were both platinum gays until we
went
stuck the finger.
Yeah.
But I don't think that counts. That doesn't count.
I don't know. I don't. We have to ask the authorities.
I think it has to be penile penetration.
Is the authority?
Yeah, who is the authority? Like, we have to ask Carson Kressley.
maybe Actors Equity knows.
Equity.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, for those of y'all who don't understand, in this building is the Actors Equity. Is it the headquarters, the audition room? What is it?
Oh, yeah.
You're a Broadway man.
This is the national headquarters for the Actors Equity Association.
Yeah.
And they recently redid the whole building. So when I moved to New York in 2009, the audition was downstairs on the first floor with the street and everything, next to McDonald's.
Of course.
And it was the most like 1970s ick kind of place to audition. They revamped.
Wait, you have to audition to be in the.
No, this is where they host auditions for. Like, Broadway
for the shows.
I auditioned for my Broadway show, my very first Broadway show, Mamma Mia. I auditioned for it downstairs.
Yeah. And you'd line up at like 5 a.m. Put your name in.
Yeah. Essentially.
Sit at that McDonald's.
I'm sure the environment is better now because I feel like just the new generation is there. Everyone is so kind.
Yeah.
But even when my Broadway debut was in Mamma Mia, which was just down the road at the Winter Garden Theater.
Yeah.
And even if you have your first Broadway show, it's still hard to get another one.
Yeah.
So I would still go to the open calls. Like I didn't have a job. And my best friend and I, we were both in the show. We went to the audition, and we were talking, and this girl recognized us from Mamma Mia, and she goes, "Are you guys in Mamma Mia right now?"
You're like, "Yeah, bitch."
And we were like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, why are you here? You're taking audition slots from people who need jobs." And I said, "Excuse you?"
Yeah.
I said, "I'm trying to give you a job, baby. I'm trying to leave Mamma Mia to go do something
So you
else.
can get in here and
Move
sing
for
in
me.
Grease.
Yeah, move for me, ma'am."
So I never did the Broadway audition circuit, but I was doing improv comedy, so really put a gun in your mouth. And every time I walk downstairs and I see these poor kids trying to warming up their 16 bars, I literally just walk by that door and I just yell, "Put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
This is a waste of
You might
fucking
as well.
time." Like, is that bad advice that I just scream, "Put it on TikTok"?
No. You're gonna get more views.
They're gonna put it on
hopefully.
there anyway.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Plus, I love videos of people who think they can't singing on TikTok.
Yeah.
I like to laugh at them.
It is the greatest joy in my life, a sense of overconfidence, because I had that definitely in my life. You know, I built my career on that. But when somebody is giving it their all on an eight count and they can't, you know what I mean? When you're doing the new Charlie XCX Apple dance and you can't even figure out how to do the hands
By the
to
way,
the side.
it's on and one, not 8.
Thank you.
For anybody that needs to know the
Very
count,
important.
the up down is on the and 8.
And 8.
You heard it
Not
here
on
first.
8.
I-
all right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of you right now are finding out what Brat Summer is. And I just need you to know if you get on the dance, it's on and 8. No, and 1.
And
Sorry,
one.
and 1.
It's also one of those things like if you're gonna get on it quick because the
It's
trend
done.
is moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're talking about it on CNN and MSNBC,
It's over.
It's
It's a wrap.
over.
You should have posted that video back in, I'd say, January before the album even came out.
Correct.
Yeah.
Look ahead, hun.
All right, now y'all are currently, I would say, the kings of pettiness.
Oh.
And I mean, that's currently what you're leaning into branding-wise, no?
Absolutely, yeah.
I would really love some advice because I don't think I'm that great at being petty. I need to get, no, I know. Wait, are you
Heather.
shocked by this?
Yeah, I think. Well,
I'm a little surprised that you're not good at being petty.
Maybe in entertainment I'm able to be petty, but in personal life, I am not.
Okay.
I am a people pleaser. Bend me over and just walk all over me.
Got it.
Okay.
I need help being a real nasty cunt.
Well, here's the thing. Tactful Pettiness is about like our new podcast. It is about shade with intention.
Yes.
So we want to be petty, but we want you to level up because of it.
Okay.
All right.
There's love. There's love in there.
There's love.
Yeah.
But we're gonna still be a cunt.
Okay.
You know?
And I think I'm good at being like a direct cunt in certain ways, but I don't have the energy for like the long petty drag. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
That kind of stuff. Like I'll tell you in the moment, but then I don't have the energy to like really think it through.
Well, if you're gonna break someone down, you need to be the shoulder to cry on also.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is another form of manipulation that I love. You know? Yeah.
I feel like really what you need is the thing that RuPaul always talks about.
Oh, hit me.
How RuPaul says that the power that unlocks in someone when they're in drag is a power that you can access in your daily life.
Okay.
And I feel like you are so powerful. I mean, I've been watching.
I'm also in drag. Have been for a really long time.
When you take this drag off, you can still access this power that you have.
When you take off this Peg Bundy
Anna
aesthetic,
Nicole Smith, yes.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Tap into that.
Tap into that.
We'll tap into that.
Yeah.
God, this is great. Are we gonna fuck later? I hope we do.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we got the cameras rolling.
We do.
Since the moment we walked in, you've called us attractive 90 times.
Yeah.
You wanted us to be a part of a gangbang.
Yeah, I did ask about a gangbang. Well, because I've never experienced one, nor an orgy. And as two fabulous gals who love to crush Fire Island, is it appropriate for us to can you walk me through what it's like to have other people watching you do fornication?
So it just depends.
This is fun. I love this. This is so fun.
It depends on where you are with your journey, because the first time is a little off-putting. You know, the first time you're shedding these like societal layers on yourself that these things need to be like super secret and quiet. Right. And so the first time is interesting, but honey, once you break the seal, forget it.
But how do you know what to do? How do you know who's coming at you? How do you know where to turn?
Oh, there
what
is
you're supposed
an
to grab?
art.
Well, everyone is around. They're naked. They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
You can like graze the chest and see if there's interest.
Okay.
Eye contact is king here.
Eye contact is king.
Eye contact is consent.
Some people, unfortunately, just jump into it and put dicks in their mouths.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why? I didn't tell you could suck my dick. And so then you have to like, kind of be like, hey, sis, like this ain't happening. You have to literally like pry your penis from their mouth and keep it pumping and let them know that you're not interested.
Sometimes I have to wait for a break in the blowjob. Like, literally one time, a boyfriend and I were standing talking. We had our clothes on.
Oh, okay.
This was actually not an orgy.
Okay.
We had our clothes on. We were standing. It was a pool party.
Like I was in Times Square.
yes. It was auditioning. A man, we were talking. A man came up and got on his knees and got to going.
Not even a hi, hello, I'm Steve.
There was
no, really not.
No.
No, you don't. That's not even necessary.
Okay.
You just go for it.
And he did.
And he did.
And he ended up getting to suck 2 dicks right there.
Wow.
No questions asked. But then like
BOGO, if you will.
BOGO.
Yeah. My boyfriend and I were kind of looking at each other like, oh, we're kind of done with this interaction. And then I just
keep it pumping.
I just kind of like tapped him.
Yeah, and said, time to move on,
Yeah.
Steve. Thanks. Good, nice to meet you.
And I think that the hand is a really powerful instrument in situations like that, because if someone comes to you that you really don't want to engage with, just a quick little like push away.
Yeah.
You know?
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Just a gentle.
Just a little touch.
Just a touch.
Okay, I will say that this has happened to me before, where I was at some sort of sexual function, call it an orgy if you want.
Okay.
And was, playing around with this guy, and then this other guy tried to join in and wasn't getting the nonverbal cues that he wasn't wanted or needed.
Okay.
And the other participant that I was with literally said, no, go away.
Get the fuck away.
And in all honesty, that guy got about 20% hotter because he was letting this bitch know.
Yeah, he was letting the bitch know.
Well,
he was
because
like, get away.
Orgies also are like an opportunity for some people that don't have a chance in hell to engage with you. They're like, ooh, this is my window.
Yes.
This is my window to get in. I can squeeze in there.
I mean, has anybody just like ever like rollerbladed in? You know what I mean? Dick ready, hard, just they come in hot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, you
that's what
see
I'm getting.
crazy shit here.
Yeah.
They've also in Fire Island, they've gotten really creative with the invites.
Oh.
I believe at Independence they had stickers from a deli that said "hot" on them, and people had little stickers.
So if you didn't have a sticker,
if you didn't have a sticker that said "hot" on, honey, you were not invited to the orgy.
Can I tell you, this is
the
why
anxiety.
The anxiety. This is why I think gay men and women get along so well, because it's equally as evil on both sides.
Horrible.
For sure.
We're awful to each other. Okay,
And I think that's a little rude because my philosophy is like you might not be everyone's type, but you're someone's type. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
and if you can't make it at an orgy at Fire Island, I say go on a swingers cruise, because I got really into swingers cruise TikTok. There's not a single person on any swinger parties, just in general. I don't know how I'm on swingers TikTok, but I would never have sex with a single person on any of these or at any of these parties.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I have no desire.
There's an aesthetic to that.
There is a specific aesthetic.
It's
Florida.
I think I've
it's
seen.
Boca.
I think I've seen these swingers TikTok where they have like they have on the cruise and there's like all the beds laid out with like the sheets and all of that.
It's a lot of rubber. Just a lot of rubber covers.
It better be rubber. There's gonna be a lot of fluids going
They're
on.
also
Very
tan.
tan,
The women are all named Trish or Tiff.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Tanya.
They're with a thin man too. I've noticed it's more heavier set women
With
with
a thin
thinner
man.
guys.
Because they have big dicks.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
those thin guys.
We love a tall, skinny man
yeah.
that is well endowed.
Really?
And it
Yes.
really runs. That is a good marker of some good dick.
You know, and they say you can't stereotype people.
No,
but
but I will.
a thin white man is always going to have just a long
And-
Yeah, almost uncomfortably large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. What I did also experience at a sexual encounter was someone, and I yelled at them also. Someone got out their phone.
Oh, see, now that
And
is
like tried to set it up. I
No.
said, "Bitch, I don't care if you have an
No.
It's a
OnlyFans.
faux pas.
I don't care if you have if content to create.
Yeah.
No one is consenting to that. Put that shit away.
Put that shit away.
also like we're talking about it now, but this isn't like something we like talk about. We're like, oh, I went and did this thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
You
let it
keep
happen.
on the low.
You're in an actual bush somewhere in Fire Island,
Yeah,
just
be
hoping you
cool.
don't get Lyme disease.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
then I have been in one in the meat rack.
Yeah.
Which was
It's
like
the meat rack.
Oh
wait. Also, can we just time out real quick?
Wow.
I love that y'all's teams are here. Y'all show up professionally. You've got PR. You've got everything. And literally, I'm just like, all right.
Tell me about the orgy.
Talk on this podcast. I'm so everyone's sweating in the corner.
yeah.
So
what is the meat
the
rack?
meat
Tell
rack-
me.
so
I
there's-
love this.
In
This is
Fire
fun.
Island, there's two communities. You have the Pines and you have Cherry Grove.
Mm-hmm.
One is a lot more filled with gay men. One is a little bit more of the lesbian type, a
Right.
little bit more camp.
So absolute mortal
coochie.
enemies.
No, we love each other. And
Yeah.
we go to Cherry's
Yeah.
for dinner or a drag show.
Yeah.
But
The
in
new
between
generation
those
is
two
very-
spaces,
Mm-hmm.
there's a kind of more woodsy area
Uh-huh.
where back in the day, a lot of people went to cruise and go have sex.
Before Grindr.
Before Grindr, before the
Grindr.
internet. And so now if you go through there's sometimes people, having
Yeah.
sex out in the wild. But there are a lot of deers out there.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure you're checking for tick
ticks.
bites.
Oh, I'm legit concerned.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I'm a
should
Georgia
be.
girl. I know when you come in
Yeah.
from being at the lake, you got to check them.
This is a PSA for
them
the
corners.
community.
Yeah, you don't want to get a tick on your dick.
No. Oh
No.
God, no. Absolutely not. No, that's
Ooh.
talk about way to be a real petty bitch. If you get a tick on your dick and you're no.
That's a way you don't get invited to the orgy with the hot sticker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also heard, this is a little bit more serious, but I heard that they're looking to allocate some of that land in the meat rack for like some type of federal moment where they're going to do like an AIDS memorial.
Oh.
And because of this, now apparently people who've been hooking up there have been getting arrested because there's like a police presence that's like patrolling, and they know that people hook up there.
Okay, well then that's a
That's-
double-edged
that's
sword.
like
That's
killing
a
the vibe.
catch-22.
Yeah, you're killing the vibe.
We
Yeah.
can have the memorial, and they can have sex around the memorial.
Exactly.
Come on.
I was
look, at
just-
us, look at us solving world
Yeah, I
problems.
was just
Yeah.
disheartened when I heard that this last trip out there.
So, I don't even know how to transition from this. Okay, all right. So, getting back to me trying to be more petty, right? Right. I think y'all were giving me
That's how
life
we-
advice and then immediately went
Well,
to
you know
orgies.
what? Slightly tapping the person that you don't want to
Yeah.
give you fellatio is a little bit of tactful
Yeah.
pettiness.
Yeah.
I don't
you're
want
letting
you,
them know.
but-
I do think maybe I just have a little insecurity because I'm a really fun time and I've been approached by swingers before, absolutely,
Okay.
but it's always like an older couple, but no one's ever invited me to an orgy. And I just feel like I have a lot to give and no one's asked.
But
will
wait a
I
minute.
say no? Absolutely. But
Are
do I want to
you-
be asked? Sure.
Are you in a monogamous relationship?
Sure am. And if he
for
even,
how long?
13 years.
Oh, babe, you
Babe,
can't.
that's why that I invited you.
You want to get invited to the
Yeah.
to the orgy so you can be sitting in the back drinking a glass of white wine?
Yeah, judging the
watching?
shit out of
Okay.
people.
They
Yeah, I
took
do.
you off the database.
I know they did. They took me
No.
out of the database.
Wow, and I'm sorry. There are gay men that have brought women to the sex party and they were just sitting there observing, and that's a buzzkill.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
There was one that was a bartender though at that one place.
So at least she was making cosmos.
She was great. No, she was great.
If
Did
you're
she
going to
get
be of
involved or
service,
no?
great.
Just-
Well, the reason why it was nice to have her there at serving bar
Yeah.
was because like you knew that your drink wasn't going to be fucked with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. you
Because
gotta
like that's
work.
also an aspect here. So it's like I knew she was going to like make it correct.
Make it correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Instead
I
of being in a
that.
kitchen with like a Canada Dry bottle and like just your mouth.
Yeah.
There were like cups and ice there because like at least
She was a
woman
mixologist.
there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's also good to know. Any women out there who are looking for a new gig, if you can make a decent fucking White Russian, head over to Fire Island, pack the Yeti cooler with the accoutrements, and you could have yourself a nice little summertime gig.
Correct. 'Cause
Absolutely.
she had a tip jar and it was full.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
the Venmo was ready there.
Always.
Exactly.
All right, so what are y'all up to these days? You're doing the Broadway.
Yes, I'm in a show called Anne Juliet.
Okay, and how, again, we were talking about the downstairs, just the sacrificial lambs that are downstairs auditioning for the Broadway.
know.
It's a wild time on the Broadway, is it not?
It is. It's hard to get there.
Yeah.
It was a life dream of mine when I was a kid. Moved to New York. We were around the same time, right?
2009.
Yeah, 2009.
Oh my God, we all moved here at the exact same time.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yes. I was doing improv at UCB and working at Stout, the big Irish sports bar down the street. Yeah, we were all 2009
Wait,
girls.
I was at UCB
I was
at 2009
auditioning
too. We just missed each
for
other.
dance gigs and working at the TGI Fridays
Yes,
right
you
here
were.
in Times Square.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
What, did you have survival jobs here?
My survival job was Bloomingdale's.
Oh, fuck.
Retail queen.
Wow.
Because I worked at the Bloomingdale's in Century City
Yeah.
in summer when I was in college.
Right.
And so then I was just able to kind of be like, hey, I've worked at Bloomingdale's before. And I would bold-faced lie to them. They were like, are you an actor? I was like, no, I was an actor, but like I can't do it anymore. Because if you tell them you're an actor, they're not going to hire you.
They're never going to hire you.
And 3 months later, I was out of there.
Yeah, you're like, Mamma Mia.
Exactly. But no, it's a hard road getting in a show.
Yeah.
I'm so fortunate. The show that I'm in now has been really incredible because it popped out of nowhere. I
Really?
was literally on vacation in Ibiza.
Yeah.
And my SAG health insurance was going to run out
Yeah.
in like 6 months because
Yeah.
it was the strike.
Uh-huh.
And it came through my inbox and I was like, oh, hadn't seen it, but it's really fun. It's all the music of Max Martin.
Yeah.
And the show has taught me that I can actually still dance. I had kind of
Yeah.
like hung that up years ago with Hamilton because I didn't
Right.
have to dance as much in Hamilton. And I am dancing with the Gen Z kids on the Broadway stage.
It really is.
Fuck, how's your body?
Oh, babe.
Let's talk about it. I mean, you do a lot of physical activity and dancing,
Yeah.
but like that's the thing is now
know,
that we've hit,
babe.
because we're all the same age, I mean, I'm in full-time PT.
Oh, same. He
Oh,
had PT,
I literally had PT today.
and I have mine
Yeah.
after.
Like, what the fuck are we doing? Are we dry needling? Are we scraping? Are we doing the cupping? What are we doing for the PT?
Okay, I hate
Yes,
cupping
and.
here. This is the vanity part. Like
Yeah.
I love the cupping, but
Yeah, but I don't
it
want the
leaves,
marks.
It leaves the marks, and
Yeah.
it leaves it for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm
And
right
I'm
there with you.
unclear as to really what it does. I don't know that I really feel that much relief.
It's supposed to bring the blood to the top of the fascia that then like
Okay,
releases.
go off.
Yeah.
She's got her degree.
Oh, I literally have a short white coat. Trust and believe.
I do like those kind of kinky little metal tools though that
Yeah.
they like
The
scrape you
scraper,
with.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, or like, oh, what are we doing now?
Oh, I just got a toe expander. Let me tell you about
Wait a minute,
this
what?
fucking kink. Yeah,
Wait a
I
second.
put my feet in this little contraption and it spreads my toes because my feet get really fucked up from like
In the heels.
in the
The
heels on the
heels.
stage, doing the thing, telling the jokes.
Are you always on stage in a heel?
I wasn't before, and now I like a real suited and booted look.
Yeah.
So now I'm
you
wearing
do.
a boot, but it's
you
fucked
really
me up.
you really slay a pink like
Yeah, glitter.
pantsuit
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah, I like a glitter suit. I like to feel like when I'm on stage, I'm not a jeans and t-shirt kind of gal on
Okay.
stage. I want to put on my uniform and like go to war.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
that's
got
what
your
it
glam.
is. Yeah.
But I feel like
I got my
down
glam.
low, you are a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl, like at home, right?
I have two modes. I really do have like truly check my pulse. I'm on the couch. I haven't
Yes.
gotten up. I'm the troll under the bridge
Yes.
telling you riddles, or it's full Joan Rivers. There is
Got
no
it.
middle. I feel uncomfortable in denim right now. Like, there's no middle for me.
I was
I
gonna say
connect with that. I connect with that.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. Like last night, I got home and I ordered, guys. I ordered $80 worth of Taco Bell last night.
Wow.
Oh my
Now
God.
listen to me. It
For
was
one person?
No, it was
No,
for
yeah.
two
Oh, okay,
people.
okay,
Yeah.
that's different.
But how are we in a world where a order of Taco Bell
Yeah.
is $80?
So
I know it's a
cheap.
little pricier for New York City, and the Uber Eats fee is gonna rack it up. But yeah, I was in the bed eating Taco Bell and watching something. Oh, I'm watching 3 Body Problem. Wait, no, 3 something. It's like sci-fi. It's sci-fi. Just pass it by.
Okay, pass it by.
Joe's been watching that. Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Anyways, and
What
want
did your
that,
Taco
or
Bell
I'm like
order?
full. Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Well, we're always gonna get a cheesy gordita crunch. That is
Always.
my staple. I got a regular cheesy gordita crunch. I got a Doritos Loco cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh.
Gotta have the Doritos.
Because if you're gonna go Doritos,
You
gotta go loco.
You gotta go loco.
Yeah.
And I did. I had curiosity of the new Cheez-It Crunchwrap Supreme,
Which I thought was, and I'm such a Cheez-It girl, but
I'm
I
such a
thought
Cheez-It
such
girl.
an odd collab. No,
Yeah.
Cheez-It and
It
Taco
didn't really
Bell.
add anything to it.
Okay,
I'm gonna
yeah.
be honest. I got some sort of grilled burrito, and
nice.
then
Are you Baja blasting it? Are you really
Baby,
just setting
let me
your
tell you.
tits on fire?
I got the slushy Baja Blast,
Ooh.
and on the way to checkout, they said, "Do you want some cheesy Fiesta potatoes?" I said,
Yeah,
"Absolutely."
yes, I
Absolutely.
do.
Has anyone ever said no to that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Do they still have those like cinnamon?
I don't know.
Yeah, the
Cinnamon
the
twist.
The cinnamon twist. That's the
Yeah.
best.
That's an
Yeah.
iconic.
I haven't
Taco
had Taco
flavor.
Bell in a minute. I used to have that before like Taekwondo.
I did that before my Jazz 3 class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then be like,
Yeah, and be
Oh,
like,
the
why have
other-
I shit myself
Yeah,
in my leotard
exactly.
right now? 100%. Wait, now how did you guys meet? Were early days of dancing?
at the club.
Or in Fire Island?
No, not at Fire Island, but through being rambunctious homosexual in these
Yeah.
streets.
Yeah.
You were dating a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And so that's how kind of how Cody came into my orbit.
Yeah.
And then we would see each other out, and then that didn't end up going anywhere. But then our friendships kind of started blending.
Yeah.
But we didn't really start like fucking with each other
Right.
until we went on this trip to Greece.
Yeah.
And his ATV broke down, and I gave him a
yeah.
ride on my ATV from
That's the gayest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And because like we always like we were two really dominant personalities.
Right.
We're very opinionated.
Yep.
Right.
And so we just didn't naturally come together. We
Right.
really didn't. Like we kind of were just
Well, two main characters can clash at a lot of times. You
Yeah.
know?
yeah, and I just feel like we didn't really see each other until that ATV ride, and everybody was like, "What were you guys talking about?" Da-da-da-da. We were just talking about our goals. Peloton had just started becoming Peloton.
Right.
Hamilton had just become Hamilton.
Right.
We were at two very similar points in our lives, and then realized that we had a lot of commonalities.
Right.
Before. And then we just became really good friends. We traveled so much and share our families and our lives and
Yeah.
boyfriends, and then
But
that's
not like
what,
that.
Yeah, but
yeah,
not
well, we only shared our boyfriends like
yeah.
that. And then that's why we're excited about the podcast, because it's actually our first business venture together.
Just wait. You'll kill
Yeah.
each other in about a week.
No,
Yeah.
there are times that we have to, be tactfully petty to each other
Yeah.
and let each
Yeah.
other know
Correct.
some things. But yeah, I think like starting our podcast was like such a no-brainer because Andrew is one of the funniest people I know and can literally match my freak.
Yeah.
He did a lot of stops for my book tour, which was like the precursor to this, and like the audience reacted so well to it. So we're like, there was no other, funny gay men making podcasts, so we thought that we should do
Yeah,
one.
we went to corner the market.
Yeah, we wanted to get ahead of the curve.
Listen, I'll tell you what, though. It is interesting that you said that, like, both of y'all's careers were popping off at the same time, and you did have this magical moment riding together on an ATV, because people don't realize, like, in the biz, it can be very lonely.
Yes.
And I had that way with, like, some female comedians, like Becky Robinson, Chelsea Lynn. Like, we were all starting to pop off at the same time. Chloe Feynman on SNL. Like, we all kind of came up together, and it's like you had to have that similar conversation, being like, are you surviving? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Am I making the right decisions? Somebody else, like, just blink twice if we're doing the right thing.
Yeah, this sounds like such coastal elite problems, but
Yeah.
like when you're getting into business and just having a structure or a platform, like you just never know if you're doing anything like right.
Yeah.
And another person that I always kind of like check in, who I see frequently, is Joel Kim Booster. So I'm always like, how are you? What's going on?
Yeah.
I like try to like, if I ever have a problem or anything, like ask him or reach out to him. So you got to support whatever you're doing in life, whether it be entertainment or you're a lawyer or whatever. Surround yourself by people who you can ask questions for and not feel stupid. Like, you're not alone in this, and like people will help you out.
That is, you just hit the nail on the head. I think what's frustrating about being creatives too is, like, I know how to go out and make the fucking money. I know how to figure it out. But there is nothing more frustrating when they also expect you to somehow know how to run a fucking business, how to figure out payroll, all the shit. You're like, bear with me, I'm trying to figure this out. And work with people who are gonna work with you and like make it fucking happen. And it's like, we're all trying to figure this out together. I didn't get a fucking business degree. I got a tap dancing degree from the University of Mississippi. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with a theater degree
from Mississippi is barely a degree,
girl,
baby.
honey, you're looking like I got teeth, okay?
Oh my God,
like,
tap dancing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean?
Wait, you were a dance major?
No, I did a BFA acting, but I took all the dance classes.
yeah.
But I had a ballet teacher that literally told me, you land too heavy, figure it out. So then I quit dance. I'm more of a street jazz kind of gal.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I love a street jazz.
Same.
Yeah, I
Because you
wasn't
can tie
classical.
something around your waist.
Exactly.
Always looking for something to cover the waist.
But
Honey, if I can cover that fupa with like
Yeah,
with a little
plaid shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Were
I'll
you
do
a
heels
jazz
class.
sneaker kind of girl?
No, fuck no, was I a jazz sneaker? Honey,
no,
boo-boo.
no.
No, I did musical theater, so I had the character shoes, but I
You
thought
got
I did a
to.
jazz sneaker.
Nothing irks me more than a jazz sneaker. Moms at home that are sending your children to dance class, a jazz sneaker will be at your local dance costume store.
Yeah.
And it is a shoe that has a
No
heel
sole
and
in
a
it.
ball,
Yeah.
but the middle of the sole
It's a split
is
sole.
completely ripped out so that you can, quote unquote, point your feet.
Better.
Yeah, better.
You
And it's
are-
all an illusion.
No,
Your
setting
point
your
still
child
sucks.
up
Yeah.
for a horrible career in dance because no one is going to want to be their friend.
Did you are you Abby Miller fans?
Oh, of
I mean,
course.
Yeah.
the impact, of course.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
impact.
The impact.
The impact.
Yeah. I mean, I think like I could have gone down that road. I mean, I wasn't a good enough
wow.
dancer growing up, but like I was a theater kid camp. You know what I mean? I was
yeah.
I was at the theater camp.
I was there too.
Yeah,
in
we
the
were
summer.
there. Yeah, in
Did you
the
grow
summer.
up in Mississippi?
No, I grew up in Atlanta.
You don't have any accent.
I don't. It's because my mom's from Boston and my dad's like
Oh,
super
okay,
southern.
yeah,
People
yeah.
think I'm from Chicago.
I grew
What
up
do
in
you
North,
get?
I was born in LA, but
Yeah.
I always claim North Carolina as like the place I grew up,
Right.
and I don't really have an accent. Maybe when I'm a little bit drunk, I'll say y'all a lot, or
Yeah.
like if I start talking about North Carolina, then it'll come out a little bit.
Right.
But I don't have. No, it's not there.
Yeah, where are you from?
California.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
much.
Yeah.
And I feel like people make fun of the way I talk sometimes.
I get a little Marina Del Rey from
Oh,
you, for sure.
Yeah, that's where I did my taekwondo.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, Taekwondo into Broadway dance to me is a nice natural transition.
Oh, I mean,
You're able to
listen,
control your body. It's all
Sure.
about fluid movement, right?
Yeah,
Discipline.
yeah. In
Discipline.
my Lifetime original movie that comes out many years, it
Yeah.
all makes sense.
Yeah.
But like being the person in it, it's made no sense. I
Right.
feel like I'm always pivoting. But it's been an exciting life.
Yeah.
It has. I mean, my mom put me in everything as a kid.
Right.
Because you don't when you have a kid, you don't know what they're going to be good at.
Right.
You're just like, oh, okay, try this. And I hated sports. I really was not good at sports. But
Yeah.
taekwondo, I liked. I liked the uniform. I liked the air conditioning in the studio. You know, and there was, and it also because it wasn't a team sport, so I wasn't like I wasn't bringing anybody down if I wasn't doing my best.
Right.
It was like, okay, well, it's on you. And they teach you those principles like indomitable spirit, perseverance, and those are
I
things.
just recently learned that he was one belt away from being a black belt.
Are you fucking kidding
Yeah,
me?
and I never got the black belt. And
What do
I'm
you
a
think stopped you?
completist.
Yeah.
What stopped me, it was that they asked us to run a mile. And I was like a little fat kid.
Same, yeah.
And I saw the track and I was like, there's no way I can do this.
Yeah.
You didn't even try?
I know. I
Wow.
really could. Well, there was just like, No,
I get it.
I
We've
was
talked
in
about it. We've
Catholic
talked about it.
school
Yeah.
But anyhow, all of those things serve. Like I went to Catholic school. That was awful, but like it has served me through my life.
Yeah.
And I feel like even now, like I've been doing theater forever, but it's like doing a podcast with Cody is
Yeah.
something that I never saw in my future. But it's like you kind of have to move and groove with the times.
Pivot, baby, pivot.
Honey, you gotta have 16 fucking hats on.
Yeah.
I say if you're not actually giving active hand jobs in Fire Island, creating a podcast, doing brand deals, doing the Broadways, doing everything, then you're not gonna fucking make it. Like it's not a one-stop shop anymore. Like I love my friends who are like actual actors, and I'm like, oh, you just go to one job, and of course they're fighting for their lives too.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, you just do one gig at a time.
I get
Yeah.
really jealous. Sometimes I just want to clock in the 9 to 5, go home and like
Yeah.
order more Taco Bell and
Yeah.
watch TV every
Yeah.
single
No,
day.
yeah.
I know, but I get when I get idle, I get bored. So I don't know how to
I mean, that's the thing. When I was
do one thing.
living in LA, I was bored because I was just doing the actor thing.
Yeah.
And I have friends that like they're very successful. They're on a lot of TV shows and they're just like a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
And Cody tactfully, pettily read me in LA. You were there for Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I picked him up from rehearsal. We went to go get tacos, and he was looking at me. He's like, "What are you doing out here, girl?" He was like, "You said you were going to move out here and be on a TV show." I said, "I am. We shot it. It's just not out yet." And he says, "So what are you doing now? You're just sitting around?" I was like, "Well, that's the way it is."
He's like, "Put those fucking tap shoes back
yeah,
on."
He
bitch.
was like, "You need to do something." He was like, he said, "When you were living in New York, you were doing all this," and I was like, "That's a friend, right?
Yeah.
That's a friend who like will push you in a way that
You could also sit, not to be a little serious, you also were slipping into like a little bit of depression, and you were like a little bit lost. And I was like, girl, you can't stay in the hole if you can't. If you don't get up and and do it every day, you're going to be stuck in the same routine. So figure it out, bitch.
And that inspired me to make my first film. It literally led to me making my first film.
Fuck yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, we did well. We just finished our festival run.
Oh my gosh. When do I get to see it?
Well, we'll send you the link, baby.
Yeah, because it's being sold right now, right?
We're going to try and find a distribution for it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Fanatic.
And Caroline Rhea is in it.
Oh my God, really?
So
she's the fucking best.
Yeah, the whole premise for the movie is based on the people that I met doing Hamilton, like crazy fans that'll do anything, you know? And I was just like, who could play this fan? I was at Retta's birthday party.
Shout out to Retta.
And what's her name was supposed to do it? Doesn't matter. Okay. Some other actress was supposed to do it. And she dropped out kind of shadily.
Yeah, they always do.
And I was like, you know what? I don't think this bitch is going to fucking do this movie after she told me she was going to do it. And I bump into Caroline, who I've known forever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to send you a script tonight.
Right.
And she read it and called me in the morning. She's like, I'll do it. And she played my crazy super fan, Melissa.
I've never laughed so hard for like, was it 15, 20 minutes?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Yeah. We were on Fire Island the other week, and some guy randomly comes up to me and was like, "Oh, where's your friend Andrew that used to stay in your house?" I was like, "Oh, he already left." He's like, "Oh, I wanted to say how much I loved his short film." So it's fucking hilarious.
I love that.
Means a lot.
And I've seen it probably like 5 times by now. And every time
more times than you would like.
Hilarious.
What were the Hamilton fans like? Like, I don't want to take away from anything from your short, but like, I mean, that was a movement that you were a part of at the beginning that was just another fucking level.
Yeah. I mean, so for those who don't know, I started with Hamilton was at the Public Theater before it moved to Broadway. And even there, the fandom was insane. There were so many people that would show up for the lottery that the fire marshal had to come and open the doors and make people come out. There were that many people in that space.
Yeah.
And even then, I didn't realize the magnitude of how it was reaching people.
Right.
And, you know, it's like with anything. There's a spectrum. We have like the ultra crazy people. They're getting tattoos and they're...
They're
doing
a tattoo.
Yeah, and then you have people that are just like, I like the show, and I've got a lot of money, and I'm gonna go see it, 13 times.
Right.
But I've met some actually really close friends that started off as fans that I met at the stage door.
I love that.
That end up just being people of quality. That like. I keep a lot of people at arm's length. I'm very Scorpio like that. But if someone continues to like.
Show up for you.
Put their application in a respectful way.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm going to be like, I'll go out to the Hamptons and visit you for the weekend. That sounds amenable.
Right.
Yeah.
No, because you were, obviously, I mean, I'm sure you got such crazy fandom for Dancing with the Stars, and we have to cut any of this out. We can. No. But like being especially in like the fitness world, because I came from the other side of it. I saw it firsthand because I worked the front desk at SoulCycle for years. It was like people were they would like disassociate and have this like parasocial relationship with fitness instructors.
Yeah,
because I think there's endorphins involved.
Yeah,
so
Peloton is like this fitness platform.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was having a big boost within COVID, so everyone was like going through things.
Right.
And the endorphins are pumping, so there's just like this chemical release. So there's this special attachment that when people are, high on endorphins, working on goals, maybe finding the best version of themselves, like they have this really strong attachment to all the Peloton instructors. And I always feel like I know what I signed up for. I signed up to be Mickey Mouse. Like, I'll take the picture, I'll say hello. Yeah. I'm inspired by a lot of people's stories. I never take it the wrong way. And it's like, if you're mad that you have fans and people that are happy to see you, then baby, you're in the wrong fucking place.
Yeah.
You know what you signed up for.
Yeah.
And Dancing with the Stars was a little bit of a double-edged sword. Like there was some people, I feel like the Dancing with the Stars fan base did not like me.
Really?
Yeah, they were saying some nasty stuff about me, and they were like trying to they were like ready for my demise. But little did they know that there was millions of housewives all across this country, texting every Monday and stealing their child's phone and making them text instead of JoJo Siwa to make sure that I got my ass to that Dancing with Stars finale
with the JoJos.
With the JoJo Siwa of it
How
all.
was that? And we have to cut this out. We can. But
You know what?
mortal enemies, friends?
No.
Speaking
it was
of
so
Abilene
interesting to observe her in that space because she'd probably just come out. She was still kind of in this weird transition space. She was transitioning out of that childhood stardom and not really like necessarily living in the truth that she's living right now.
Yeah.
I will commend her for being like, she was always like making TikToks and like everything was for the camera.
Right.
And so it felt almost like there was like a fake wall up on her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like she's just been performing her whole life that even a natural interaction felt like a performance.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not like, it's not her fault. It's just the thing that she's known.
It's the machine that she's in.
It's the machine that she's in. And now I feel like she's in a place where maybe that's to her demise. I mean, she's doing a lot. She's doing a lot.
She's doing a lot.
But she's also young and queer and figuring it all out. And I'm just like, when I was 20 and coming out of the closet and being a hot ass mess, I was in Greensboro, North Carolina, down in Four Locos, and there wasn't even a fucking camera phone. Yeah. Now everything's on the internet.
Now she's doing it at Epcot, just getting blackout on Trade First. But we all did that. I agree.
She's making choices I wouldn't make, but let the girl live.
People don't give her enough grace. Like you said, like you're going through these like formative years. We all did this in college, but the only thing that we had to worry about was like Facebook.
56 pictures of a digital camera.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, I lost the digital camera on the fucking dance floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild times. I feel bad for this younger generation in a sense where I'm like the social media upkeep.
Oh.
I mean, we're trying to do it. You know what I mean? We're out here like shaking our tits
and
for
it's
cash,
exhausting.
but it's exhausting.
It's exhausting. And what I need in literally anybody that I consider a friend is I need someone who can turn off. Like I cannot be with somebody who is on like that all the time. And there are people that are like that. I'm like, okay, good for you, but baby, I got to catch your eyes.
Yeah. Amen.
It's what I love about Retta. I was telling Cody's assistant about that, like about how when she's on, she's on.
Yeah.
But when she's at her house, you get her.
Reddit is the greatest, just coolest, most down-ass chick. Like, she truly is. Reddit and I met at a 40th birthday in Cabo. And we were already kind of like, it was chic. A lot. She's very chic. But we were the two girls with our other friend, Ray. We were like, everybody here thinks they're too famous kind of vibe. And Reddit was like, girl, like, you want to get some margaritas and get fucked up? I was like, fuck yes.
And that's our thing is like, don't take yourself too seriously.
Never.
We really pride ourselves on that because it's like, we are all figuring it out. Yeah. Like we're all here, we're gonna figure out what happens this year.
But I also think because you come from the theater world and you come like and you're also both so funny, it's different. It's different than when you're dealing with like just straight, actors and
when people rely on being hot as their only thing, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing that most of my life, but recently I was humbled. Yeah. No, I was the chubby kid, like just like I mean comedy was the only way. You know what I mean? And I saw my SAT scores and I said it's not.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was curtains after the SAT.
Yeah.
I got a 10-20 both times I tried. I said,
honey, same.
We're not getting into nice schools.
No, where'd you go?
University of North Carolina, Greensboro. Thank God they took me.
Local.
It was literally the same town I grew up in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, perfect.
I even applied to UNCW and I got waitlisted. I said, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
Yeah. What was your educational journey?
Oh, well, my mom is like super smart and she went to University of Michigan. She wanted me to go.
Yeah. Well, also amazing theater school.
Amazing musical theater. Yeah. And I applied and they have this thing there where like you can get into the program, but if you don't get into the university, then you can't get into the program.
Oh, God.
And that was kind of what happened to me.
Yeah.
But I ended up going to a great school. I went to Cincinnati Conservatory of Music.
Oh my God, yes.
Which is like, especially when I went there, an undesirable city.
Yeah.
But my goodness, I went back to Cincinnati like 2 or 3 years ago and it was spramped.
It is my favorite place to perform. There's a theater, the Taft Theater there is my favorite theater. I don't know what it is. Like there's something about Cincinnati that just got that raw edge where like you'll be in the Walgreens getting fake eyelashes for the show beforehand and someone's smoking a blunt and it offers it to you. And then but then the crowd that shows up, you're like, this is the greatest. I just love Cincinnati.
All things go.
Does Cincinnati have that chili? with
Yeah,
the pasta.
Skyline chili.
Yeah, which I don't fuck with.
I don't either. They
Yeah.
Not great.
ride so
Yeah, no.
hard
They
for
ride
it.
hard.
It's Dookie chili.
Yeah, it is.
I did some gig there, and they were like, "You gotta try the chili. You gotta." And I went, and I was wildly disappointed.
Where
I'm
is the
sorry,
flavor?
Cincinnati.
Not enough salt. Not enough salt. But also, I hate when they give that suggestion. Like, are the people who bring the Cincinnati chili like to the show? I'm like, I can't
wow.
eat this and then get on a
No.
flight the
Oh,
next
no,
morning.
ma'am.
Like, I'm
You're gonna
already
be
have
bloated.
diarrhea.
No, what you need is the Adriaticos pizza.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
never had
No.
that? Honey,
No.
that's the pizza. And let me tell you, okay, I had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
We went to the same college.
Uh-huh.
And we had just started dating, and he went to Cincinnati to do something.
Yeah.
He came back, we're on a date. He says, I just need to stop by my house really quick to get you something. And he came down with an Adriaticos pizza that he brought on the plane from Cincinnati.
Wow.
And I told him I loved him that night.
Yeah, I would too.
Oh.
Wait, so what makes an Adriatico
The
pizza different?
sauce. The sauce
Oh,
is
my
so
mouth's getting warm.
sweet.
Wow.
You know what I miss is Wendy Williams when she'd sit on her show.
Oh,
and
with
she
the
her
tea.
mouth, but when her mouth would water,
We
and
miss
she'd talk about her
her.
snacks, and she'd be like, y'all, I had a saltine. And I'd just sit there and I'd be like, that's original ASMR. Sorry, continue.
Yes.
Continue. We miss you,
Yeah,
Wendy.
we do. The sauce is really robust and like has a sweeter taste to it.
Nice.
The bread has a sweetness to it as well.
Thin crust, deep dish.
Thick, a deep dish.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And the pepperoni is really good. The cheese. I mean, it's a pizza. If I had one pizza to eat for the rest of my life,
Wow.
it would be Adriatico's
Wow,
pizza.
that's a real bold statement.
Mine would be 1993 Pizza Hut stuffed
Yeah.
crust because
Yeah.
they just don't make it like they used to.
No.
They're, you know,
Anybody who knows me knows that I can't really fuck with mozzarella sticks because I've choked on it not once but twice in my life, like full on choke.
you need to
where like
work
I
on
need
that
help.
gag reflex,
Honey,
baby,
it's-
for the
it's not
orgy.
there.
Yeah,
I know.
come on.
I know.
orgy if you're over here.
You can't even get a mozzarella stick
But
down there.
Here's the thing. You can suck a dick and pull it out. A mozzarella stick, once that cheese is going down your
Yeah,
throat,
okay,
that's
fair,
stuck.
that's fair,
That's
that's
stuck.
fair, that's fair.
So you guys need to give
not
me a little more
rooted in
credit.
something.
It's not rooted in something. You can't pull it back out. But for me, that cheesy crust pizza, that gave me a couple flashbacks of that cheesy. I mean, that's also a choking
That
hazard.
revolutionized the world. When
Yeah.
Pizza Hut inserted that mozzarella in the crust, the girls were gagging.
Gagging,
And
yes.
we didn't know what to do.
No.
I was hot on the phone, ready to
yeah.
to order my delivery.
Fuck yeah.
That with TGIF.
Oh yeah, of
Oh.
course, and or maybe a Blockbuster. You
Oh.
know, a Blockbuster on the
R.I.P.
way to the Pizza Hut to get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what I was never on board with because they really tried to sell it this way.
What?
Was eating it backwards, and that did
That
not
was
work
some
for me.
bullshit.
We're not eating this
Baby, I'm not eating it
backwards.
backwards.
No,
I'm
no.
saving this delicious cheese ring crust
Yeah.
for the end. It's the
Yeah.
finale.
See,
okay?
I was a Papa John's girly because when
I'm
Papa
now
John's,
a Papa John's girly.
but when
Okay.
Papa John's dropped and they had the fucking garlic dip.
Oh! There's a before that moment and, an
there's
after that moment.
Before Christ, after Christ,
Yes.
before Papa John's. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was when I could really just lean into my fat assness as a kid. You know what I mean? And
but are you grabbing the peppercino or are you leaving that for somebody else?
no, honey, I'm grabbing the
Thank
peppercino.
you.
And I'm
We might
splitting
have
it
to fight
open.
about it. We might have to fight about
I'm
it.
splitting open the pepperino. I'm letting the juice drip all over the piece. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. This is kismet. Okay. I do like to ask everybody because y'all are, out in the mean streets doing your damn thing. What is like your pre-show ritual? What do you need on the road to survive? Like what is your non-negotiable where you're like, this is how I'm surviving right now? Obviously we're doing physical therapy, but what else?
I don't. I'm so, and people are gonna not believe this. I'm so low maintenance.
Yeah.
I don't.
You
I
are.
honestly don't need anything except for like a water and
Same.
to like brush my teeth so that I feel like my breath is good and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like I don't know,
I'm good.
a protein shake so
Yeah.
I'm like full on stage but not too full.
Yeah.
I wish I was like more of a diva, but I'm not.
That's honestly what I loved about Cody when we were touring with his book.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to expect. I was like, I've known him forever. We'll see. We would roll into the venue. We would do the run through. We'd have some water,
Yeah.
maybe some food,
Yeah.
finish and leave.
And leave.
Get the fuck out.
The less fanfare, the better. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I also don't want like somebody telling a story about the
No,
thing that
a
they did
J-Lo
wrong
story,
that I'm
exactly.
upset about.
No,
Like,
I don't want a J-Lo
I'm an
story.
able-bodied
Yes.
man. I'm good.
Yeah.
For the show, I got to do a vocal warm-up. I need a shower and I need sleep. That's kind of
Yeah.
the thing that I need at this point in my life is a shower. and
Now,
sleep.
Diva, tell us what yours are.
Yeah.
No, I'm right there with you guys. I am a road dog. I like sparkling water. I do like water out of a glass bottle. That's it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh, we're so aligned. It makes
We're
you feel.
aligned.
It is in my book. It makes you feel so
Very rich.
chic.
Yeah.
It makes you feel so rich. You feel like you could maybe break a tooth, but I'm gonna take the risk.
And you feel like in such a superior way, just
Oh.
another level of hydration.
Yeah.
You can't go back to plastic. And I'm trying to be
And
eco-friendly.
hopefully, there's less microplastic. but we'll
Exactly.
talk about that in
Right.
another
I've already got
podcast.
one egg left. So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to support myself in any way. But I listen to like cocktail jazz and then I'll put on like Meg Thee Stallion. Like it's
Okay.
so low key. My biggest thing is don't fucking come backstage and ask me to entertain you before I have to entertain you.
Fair.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
I need to know what's happening.
Oh my God.
We can talk after.
We can talk after.
When someone meets you and you're like, yeah, I'm a comedian. They're like, oh, make me laugh. Bitch,
Yeah.
I'm not, are you paying me? Are you
Yeah.
gonna Venmo me?
Or when I like travel places and my sorority sister's like, we want to come backstage and say hi before I go. No. You can see me afterwards. Like I love you, but I can't. I'm in the zone. Like I
Okay.
gotta
Yeah.
just relax. I gotta listen to the Spice Girls by myself. I
Yes.
gotta cry a little bit. I gotta wolf down a couple potato chips.
How often are you changing like your set?
Well, like every city I go to, I'm adding like new shit at the top.
Okay.
But like honestly, kind of like building up to shooting a special. I mean, it's the same show, but then I'm also adding, taking away.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's.
yeah.
I mean, I tour with because I'm an old theater kid. The way I set up my tours, it's like I work on it for the first 4 months, and then once it's set, I'm just then. I mean, I go in and I have a show.
Got it.
I'm not fucking around.
Are like, okay,
It's
so
preset.
not that I'm on a similar trajectory,
Yeah.
but like, part of my content at Peloton, I'm always infusing like comedy, one-liners, things that I think of.
Yeah.
Like, what is it, how does it come to you? Because I know something will just like pop into my head randomly,
Yeah.
and then like, I'll be like, oh, I got to write this in my Apple Notes.
Write it down.
And I just got to put it in there. And then like maybe 3 days from later, I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. Or 4 days later, I'm like, that wasn't that funny.
Or I will leave like voice notes in the middle of the night and it makes no fucking sense and I have
Got
no
it.
context of what it is. I just write it down. I tell everybody in the split second, write it the fuck down.
Yeah.
Because we always forget to write shit down and then the spark of genius is gone.
that.
Write that shit down.
Correct.
Stay
I mean, I love
hydrated.
trying to decipher the late night voice
Yeah,
notes
yeah.
the next day because
Yeah.
you're like, no, it was good. It was good. I know it was good.
Uh-huh.
You're trying to remember what it was.
And then you remember you're on mushrooms and an edible and that's why. Yeah.
You just left the orgy, so
Yeah.
like things are just not great.
They're not great. So you're doing a vocal warm up beforehand. You're staying hydrated. You need sleep. What is in your dressing room?
It's talk about no frills.
Yeah.
It's very no frills over at Aunt Juliet.
Yeah.
I have hair product. I've got protein bars and some liquid IV.
Yeah.
I am notorious, although, for eating an entire Chipotle burrito about 10 minutes before I go teach a fitness class.
Every time I'm logged into your class, that is the first thing you say. You guys, I might barf. I just ate a full Chipotle burrito bowl. And that's why I'm like,
Full
this is
burrito.
why I take your class.
I don't like to, I have a big fear of being hungry.
Yeah.
Because growing up poor, I just, you never
Yeah.
know when food's coming. So I need to be full all the time. And I don't want to be on that bike and not be hungry.
But I can't eat
I don't know
anything
how
before I
you do that.
exercise. How do you do that?
All the girls, like Tunde will be like, I would doo-doo myself if I
Yeah.
ate before that. I'm like, girl, I don't know. This stomach is just, it's built like a fortress. I don't know.
You don't get severe acid reflux though?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. Nothing.
Wow.
I don't know.
You're a tank.
I'm
You're
a
a
tank.
tank.
Yeah.
I'm a big bitch.
What are you
so-
eating before a show? If you're only doing half a protein shake because you can't be too full, but then also a Chipotle burrito bowl.
Well, okay. See, I was thinking of like on stage.
Yeah.
I was thinking on stage. I don't eat too much, but in a class because I think I'm burning so much calories,
Yeah.
I'm just like I need it. But
Yeah.
Listen, before matinee, I have my breakfast. I have my eggs.
Yeah.
And like a breakfast meat. I love a breakfast meat.
Oh, nice. Are we chicken sausage? Are we
Yeah,
apple smoked bacon?
Chicken sausage.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly, we're both.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I made chicken apple sausage, but then I also have bacon on deck. I just I need it. I need
Yeah.
that savory
You
meat.
need that savory meat in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then a lot of coffee. And then if it's a 2-show day, I'll do like a salad from Sweet Green in
Yep.
between, or I'll bring my food. I found, because I'm dancing so much, I have found that I really need to rest between. So sometimes I'll immediately, as soon as a show comes down, I will take a nap.
Yeah.
And then I'll wake up 20 minutes before half hour and eat my food and just do the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I have tried to be social, like you're talking about being social before the show, if I try and socialize for 3 hours between two
No.
jukebox
you have
musicals,
nothing left. No.
I'm the oldest person
Yeah.
in the radius of this entire play. No, I'm gonna go crazy.
Can I ask you a real quick Broadway question? This is
yeah.
kind of my dream. All right, so here's the deal. I had to give up musical theater because I lost my voice a la Ashley Simpson. I had nodules on my vocal cords because I had severe acid reflux being a fat kid. So my voice is fried. That's why I have this deep voice now. So I had to quit the singing. But I do think that I could play Pumbaa in The Lion King. I do think I would be a great Pumbaa, but I also do think I could play Mama Morton in Chicago.
Baby,
what do you think?
Okay.
Kill as Mama Morton.
Yes,
Right?
Yes,
That's a home run.
Yes,
Now, like, I
that's
could
a
do that
home
tomorrow.
run. Literally.
Tonight.
Literally. I'm checking
Because I feel like they always need somebody over there.
no.
So I feel like you could even just like walk by and knick knack knock.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might do
And be
that
like, hey, do
tonight.
you need a girl?
Do you need a girl?
Yeah.
I heard someone called out. I got it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm understudied. Like we don't even know who
I
you
think
are. But
honestly,
just deal with it.
Even just this is enough. They're gonna call you.
Okay, Chicago. If you hear this, I'm not thin enough to play Roxy. I would love to be Mama Morton.
You'd be great. You got the tits for Mama.
Yeah, you definitely have
You've
the
got the
tits.
tits
When
from Mama.
Mama. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And they're so liberal with the keys over there.
Yeah,
So
thank
you know what I mean?
Thank you.
So baby, they will make it work
Thank
for
you.
you.
I've seen some celebrities in that show who really can't sing, and
And they make it work.
and they got their check, baby. So don't worry.
I'm a bass
work.
now. I'm down here. You
You
know, that's
are.
why Pumbaa would be good for me. You know, when I was a young board
You'd
hog.
be perfect.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you. I just wanted to get your blessing
But
on
you
that,
know,
both of y'all.
but you know, I don't know that I bless Pumbaa because I think that Disney would be concerned having you there. You would pull so much focus. It would be about
Star.
Heather McMahan.
Yeah, you're right.
And they don't want people going to Lion King talking about Heather McMahon as Pumbaa.
Yeah, the one white woman
Yeah.
in the background.
Yeah.
I get it.
I think you would kill.
Yeah, thank you. What is your dream role on the Broadways?
Oh my.
You get a phone call tomorrow. They're like, this is it. This is it.
Wow. I have no Broadway aspirations.
Okay.
But my favorite show, let's just say I used to have Broadway aspirations, but I gave that up in college when I realized I couldn't sing.
Yeah.
I guess like in my fantasy, I would want to be Link in Hairspray.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely. You could still do that. You don't have to
still do
sing.
that.
I just love that show and I love his songs, so I would do that.
Okay.
I always say that my dream Broadway show that I would star in hasn't been written yet. Is kind of the thing I always think of because I also grew up in a time where I wasn't really reflected in the Broadway as much. Like I've been fortunate to be along the change that's happened.
Right.
But if I had to choose today, I probably would say Bobby and Company.
Yes. Yeah.
Company was it went way over Cody's head.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was such a gateway drug for me, that show. I think it's so.
I just saw it recently when it was, what was it, 2 years ago? A year ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a great production.
That was a great production. All right, I like that. I'm all about like adding shit to the oral vision board, if you will. So if there's anything that you want to put out there, just put it out there right now, and then I'll let you guys go do, the voodoo that you do. But where do we want to be in the next year?
Oh wow, that's a great question.
We started at orgies, but now we're manifesting.
I mean, I've had such a
manifest, baby. Let's do it.
I've had such a whirlwind few years.
Yeah.
Peloton, Dancing with the Stars, releasing a book, releasing a podcast. This summer right now, I'm just like intentionally pumping the brakes so that I can enjoy life, be with my friends, do all of that.
Yeah.
And as I move forward, I'm not someone who is like a planner or this is my 5-year plan, this is my vision board, but I do believe in like putting it out there because I feel like that's how I got where I am now. I really want to be in like hosting. I want to be in content. I want to be on the TVs. I want to be able to like interview people, and I want to be able to share my opinions on big platforms and make people laugh.
You would be so good at this gig that I don't know how the fuck I just scored is doing like the red carpet stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, E, if you're listening, Cody would also fucking crush because I started doing that this past year and it's the wildest thing. You would crush.
Well, I also feel like you just got to be. I feel like these celebrities, they probably hear the same boring ass fucking questions, and, and I'm sure you're giving it to them like with that little Atlanta twist and fun,
And I also auditioned for all the roles that I didn't get, so I'm really just like, oh, so those choices you made in season 2 of Succession, And what is on the board?
Oh, girl. I mean, listen, I think I want to continue pumping in the Broadway scene because it's
that's what it is. It's pumping.
It's a pump.
It's a
pump.
pump.
It's a pump. Something
more of a thrust.
I want to do another original musical.
Fuck yeah.
Like Hamilton was incredible, and being a part of that was insane. So to do something original again.
Yeah.
I want to get a feature made that I've just finished writing.
Fuck yeah.
That you can be in.
Yeah, I'd love that.
And I want to get distribution for my short.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's going to happen. It's already happened. And you're going to take a nice long nap this summer, and I'm so happy for you.
I know.
Baby.
I wish I was a napper, but I
know you don't
metaphorical nap.
Yeah.
A metaphorical nap.
Yeah, just-
I'm so bad at napping.
Really?
In like the middle of the day, I have to be extremely exhausted.
Oh no, I can fall asleep.
Oh, I'm
anywhere.
so jealous.
Except
he can
on
do
an
it.
airplane. I
My
just
boyfriend
can't
can
sleep on
do
an
it.
airplane.
I'm so jealous. I wish.
I've slept at after parties.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Like,
He
and I'll be
slept
like
at the orgy.
Yeah.
Listen, if it's boring.
I gotta be honest with you, that's why I think I probably wouldn't be at an orgy, because I would be the one in the corner. I'd be halfway, 3 pumps in, and I'd be like, I'm tired. Let's get off me.
Can we order food?
Yeah, can we order food? Can we order $80 worth of Taco Bell?
Please.
Cody, Andrew, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And tell everybody where they can find you.
Please listen to our podcast, Tactful Pettiness, new episodes.
So funny.
Every Thursday. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram at Cody Rigsby.
And also follow our Tactful Pettiness Instagram at
There
Tactful
we go.
Pettiness.
Love that.
My personal Instagram is at AChapHawk, ACHAPPHAWK.
Okay, maybe
spelling.
we should rebrand that because it's a little complicated.
Thank you so much.
In the meantime, I love you guys.
Tactful Pettiness! You did it!
Here we are. I'm a petty.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
a petty bitch. Doing the most noise at the same damn time. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next episode. Ciao.